And I don't know how long we're gonna get in the field today. It's sunny right now, but they're saying like an 80% chance of rain this afternoon. It didn't take long for things to start clouding up there. It's gonna be coming down real good here in just a minute. Well, that might be it for today, and tomorrow, and Wednesday. Who knows? Carter, you better hurry up and get back here with the grain car before we get a bunch of wet wheat.
Now's the time to be Ricky Bobby.
Ain't nobody had to tell Carter to hurry up. Carter better get out, get under the grain buggy and be ready to roll the tarp over as soon as I get done unloading. Well, I'm glad to see that rain. Our mud was starting to dry out. Need to rehydrate it. Come on, Carter, I'm about unloaded. Hurry and get up, get back there where you can roll the tarp over. Look at it running. Not yet. Look at all that grain stuck to the side. All right, Carter, go. He's having problems with it. And just like that, it's over with. Just enough to probably knock us out for the day. Probably got between 1/10 and 2/10 of hard rain. We just cannot win this year. We got water running down the road there. Yeah, well, we're gonna do a little tree trimming here if I work this farm much longer. Here's the decision I got. It looks like it didn't rain there close to the shop, which we got like 130 acres of wheat there. We could just pick up and move, but with the way all those showers are just popping up there, there's a very good chance as soon as we get moved over there, we get rained out there too, and we'll done all that moving for nothing. I don't know what to do. Ooh, that looks nasty over that way. I wish it'd wait a few more miles before it blew up though. I don't know. Stays like this, when breeze picks up, wheat might potentially dry out by later this afternoon. We're not going to move. The way this stuff's popping up, I mean, it's just liable to pop up back at the shop as soon as we get moved. Do all that for nothing. So I reckon I'll blow the combine off best I can, try and get some of this seed off so it doesn't start germinating, and see what the weather's like afterwards. But the way it's kind of clouding up over there, I really doubt that that's going to be the only rain shower we see today. All right, well, we're going to try it again today. We gave it a couple hours and it was mostly sunny for that length of time. And it did, the straw and stuff dried out. There's still some moisture down in the hull around the seed. And then I don't think the seed picked up that much moisture. It wasn't like real crunchy, but it wasn't soft and squishy either. So I know it's going to be high moisture, but again, I don't care. I want it out of the field. So we'll cut us a little sample here and see what it looks like. It's reading about 18% moisture, but again, I think that's more like surface moisture that's on the seed, not actual moisture in the seed. And I mean, it ought to dry out pretty quickly. Anyway, it's going in the bin, so we're gonna keep putting it in the bin, at least until the next rain shower comes through. Well, surprise, surprise, we've missed the rest of the showers this morning. For the most part, they've actually kind of cleared out from our area, which Noah said, you know, most everything would happen before 5 o'clock, and it's almost 7 now, so maybe with a little luck we won't get anything tonight and we'll be able to keep on tomorrow, although I think tomorrow there's another 60% chance, so who knows. But we're almost on our last pass on this farm. So we got about 33 acres done today, although it's been slow going this afternoon. I mean, there's a lot of moisture down there in that straw, and we got to be real careful we don't overload the combine and start shooting wheat out the back of it. So it looks like we're officially at the halfway point of wheat harvest. It seems like we've been through hell and back, and we're only at the halfway point of wheat harvest. We still got about 246 acres left to go, so I hope the last half goes just a little bit easier than what the front half has. Anyway, we'll see what the overnight brings and see what things look like in the morning. Hopefully I'll bring y'all back in the combine tomorrow. Well, we're gonna go ahead and shut it off here. We got the farm done and everything, and by the time we move over down the road to the Baker farm, I mean, that sun's gonna be pretty close to setting, and plus I need to go ahead and get my combine serviced for tomorrow, because I don't think we're gonna be able to bring our service truck out, so I'm gonna get her fueled up and greased, because over there on the Baker farm, that third field, we got to go up like a really steep hill off the road to get to that field. And this heavy old two-wheel drive 3500, I don't know if it'll pull that header up that hill. I know 2 years ago when we had corn over there and it was nice and dry, this truck spun out on the grass pulling up there. So now that we got mud, it's most likely probably going to spin out. So we're going to bring my four-wheel drive 1500 out here in the morning to haul the head around. Hopefully it'll be able to pull it up that hill, and cross our fingers we don't have any breakdowns over there on the Baker farm where we need some tools and everything. It's only 30 acres. Hopefully we'll be all right on that. So we'll get her ready to go tomorrow. Don't know if the weather's going to allow us to cut tomorrow, but we're going to plan as if it is. We've literally turned into the Amazon rainforest around here. We've had 2 more bouts of rain last night and then this morning, totaling about a ½ inch. And in between the rain, we get a little bit of sunshine, heats up the atmosphere, pops up more showers. It's just a never-ending process. So we done overhauled just about everything on the farm. Every little nagging project I've wanted to get done, we've gotten done. Water fill station here, re-anchored our hose and everything. Got some work done on the service truck, windshield wipers back going. This afternoon we're going to tackle this fence where we got post rotted off. Heck, we get much more rain, I'm going to go get some paint and we'll paint the post on the gin and our sign up there. So while our wheat may be in the worst condition it's ever been, overall, our farm place around here gonna be in the best condition it's ever been if it don't dry up soon. All right, we've now been about 22 hours without any rainfall. We've had pretty good sun late yesterday afternoon, today, and a real nice stiff breeze today. So hopefully that wheat has mostly dried out. Looks like we're gonna have this afternoon, and then we're gonna be out again. So we're gonna make hay while the sun's shining. All right, we made it here to Baker farm. We gotta climb this old steep hill. Not gonna be a problem for the combine. Might be a problem for the truck and the header trailer, cause not only is it steep, it's also slick and it's also rough. Uh-oh, even the old Dodge is having problems. That's why we brought it, because it's 4-wheel drive. Back on down a little bit and then just get a running start and don't let up. All right, try that. We got back all the way out in the street. I'm gonna try and get back here on the pavement and just get a running start and hope the header don't bounce off. All right, nice and steady and just don't let up. Come on, baby. It gets a little drier once we get up there. Uh-oh. Probably going to have to back all the way back down again. We about to get messed up in sideways. I think we might finally have it. Oh, we made it to dry dirt. Woo! I ain't gonna lie, I was about to get concerned.
Yeah, I got a little worried there, but let out a big.
Carter's gonna hate he missed that.
Yeah, yeah, he's gonna hate watching that on.
I'll let him clean the truck up when it's all said and done. Now, at least it's all downhill from here. All right, let's get started on the rest of this miserable looking wheat crop, cause let me tell you, it definitely looks worse than it did last time we was in the field. Man, I'm glad we brought that truck rather than trying that with that 2-wheel drive truck. There would have been, there ain't no way that service truck would have made it up there. Of course, we found that out last year with a corn head. Of course, it wasn't wet then, but it had all that old grass that was slick, you know, tall and mature grass, slick grass and everything. And we spun out there and had to go back and get my blue truck. Well, not last year, the year before last, because we had cotton here last year. Look how pitiful this wheat looks. And ain't nothing but a carpet of green up underneath that wheat. In my whole career, I've never seen a June like this where it's been this tough to get a wheat crop out. And we still got at least one more rain event to go through before we wind up getting it all out. This wheat that's left in the field that we're harvesting, I don't know if the granary's even going to take it. I mean, they really don't want the wheat to begin with, even if it's decent quality, just because wheat's they're having a hard time getting rid of wheat now, and then you throw in poor quality on top of that. You know, just like last year where the deer pooped, they're going to be looking for any excuse they can to reject the grain and make you carry it someplace else just because the graineries have such a hard time getting rid of it. Well, the wheat still testing higher moisture than what I thought. It's showing 16%, but it don't matter. Like I said, time and time again, it's gotta come out of the field, and if it'll thresh, we're putting it in the grain tank. All right, like I told Andy, it's all downhill from here. Now, the top part of this hill is pretty dry. It's down there at the bottom where it's so slick. He sells washes. He was just trying to take it easy, so you know, wouldn't bounce header and stuff too much. But this ain't a hill you can just be easy on. Well, at least we got the grass cleared out on it pretty good. Yeah, I didn't think that we was going to ever have to be coming back over to this farm again, because the landlord notified me last year she had intentions of selling it, and you know, didn't want me under contract for this year. But as we was harvesting it and stuff, I hadn't seen any signs about it being sold or anything, so I called her up. She's an elderly lady, lives in Florida. I asked her if she wanted us to put another crop on it this year because she hadn't sold it. She said, yeah, go ahead. So it wasn't breaking my heart that I was going to lose this farm, because it's our farthest farm. It's an absolute pain in the butt to get to. The roads are terrible, high traffic, and there's no shoulders on the roads. Plus, to get to that third field on this farm, you got to go down a residential road, narrow, trees on both sides, no place to pull off if you meet traffic. You got to navigate that hill to get to it. I mean, it's an absolute pain in the butt to farm. But it's an elderly lady. She could use the income off of it, so we offered to do it again. And I mean, it can be a profitable farm. Might not be this year.
So the tires are ready, so I told them, yeah, I can pick them up this afternoon or tomorrow morning or something.
We'll give them tomorrow. So anyway, we decided to put a crop on it this year and just deal with having to get over here. You know, it's only 29 acres, and once you count the hassle of moving over here and everything else, does it really make us money? We make a profit, but I don't know if it's worth the aggravation. But I imagine this year is going to make us a pretty nice profit, because we didn't put any fertilizer other than nitrogen on this wheat crop here. We didn't put any chicken litter, we didn't put any DAP, we didn't put any potash on this farm, because it's a lot better chance that the next crop on this farm is going to be houses or apartment buildings rather than corn, cotton, or soybeans. So we built the fertility up on this farm, so we're going to try and make a deposit from that fertility account, try and make a little bit more profit off of it this year. I'm sure you can see right here along this line, look how much difference the wheat looks. So this is where we change varieties. This right here is that bearded variety, 25R40, and the one right next to it is Pioneer 26R59, which is a beardless variety. And it can be deceiving, because this one definitely looks a whole lot thicker than what that does over there. But the reason that looks a lot thicker is because of all the beards on the heads, the awns and stuff. Once we get over there, we'll see if maybe this 26R59 is going to be the superior yielding variety this year. Although after all this weather, I really don't think it's going to show out. At least not compared to our earliest harvested 25R40.
Welcome back to the wheat field. I have a different job. Mia is still passenger princess, and I will be your semi-truck driver. Andy had to leave, so I am taking over, and we're gonna pray that I don't have a bad reaction to this. So when we get back to the shop, I'm gonna have a fan blowing the dust away from me, and of course I'll be wearing a mask. So I'm also wearing a swim shirt because it is 95 degrees outside, and we just got to get it done. This is way past what we have liked to have done, and now that it's windy, it's actually sunny, we are gonna haul butt and try and get as much done as possible. They did call for rain this afternoon, but fingers crossed it actually misses us. And then we are gonna move back to Crockett County because we are on the worst farm ever for traffic. And I would just like to be back in fields that are bigger and less people on the roads. Say hi! Oh, nope, stay, you're gonna have to learn. Say hi, everybody. So Mia and I are back at the bins, and I've got to wrestle this to get it off. Maybe I could teach her to help me pull it. I gotta pull it. Come on, get off. You're not helping, Linda. All right, how are you helping? You're not helping. You don't help. Easier when I was younger. All right, get off of it, Linda. Listen, Linda. Oh, God. Okay, so we're gonna run it because it's got water in it. All right, stay here. It's gonna be loud. Come here, come over here. Now we're gonna go get the fan and my mask to keep all the dust away. Problem. The weed's not going in the right bin. This was not my problem. I didn't do that. So major snafu on the boys' part. They've been putting it in the loadout bin. So now I have to go close that and struggle bus number 2. As I'm pretty sure it's closed with a pipe wrench, so. Getting a workout today. So I had to climb up the stairs 3 times. For some reason it wasn't spinning. I freaked out. Then I gotta close that. You gotta use a pipe wrench to open that. But I got it done. So, I pulled up, we gotta do this one.
Well, we're making real good time on this farm. We're just about done. Got about another 15-20 minutes. And I think we'll have enough time to move on back to the other end of Crockett County, get started on the Windy City farm. My goal today was just to get this farm done and get moved, but it looks like we might have a chance to do just a little bit more. I really wasn't expecting it. I was kind of hoping this variety is going to surprise me. Maybe it's going to be significantly better than 25R40, but really it's pretty much the same. Got really great spots and got really poor spots, especially around the edges. You know, right here it's running 80 to 100, but you get up on the hills around the edges, you know, it's 50 to 60. I would have liked to see what this variety could have done without all that freaking rain on it, though. I suspect yields would have been significantly higher. But I really kind of expect yields the rest of the way to fall off. We've had a ton of rain. I know I got some farms coming up where I did not get a good stand, especially around the edges, and that's going to absolutely kill the field average. Plus, all of this wheat was planted later than what that 25R40 was, because we planted our wheat in like 2 different times last fall. We picked about half of our crop, and then I decided I want to get some early wheat planted. So we picked about half of our cotton crop, then planted about half our wheat, then went and picked the rest of our cotton crop, then planted the rest of our wheat. And I want to say this was planted around the end of the first week of November last year. So later planting, not going to have as much time to till her out. Should be a little thinner. But so far I really can't differentiate any yields between this and what we've been cutting. I mean, it's neck and neck. Anyway, we'll get this corner wrapped up, get moved on. Maybe we can get a few acres cleared out there on Windy City before we got to shut down for the night, because I'm pretty dang sure that all the rest of our wheat's going to get wet again. Well, we're heading up here to Windy City. I don't know if we'll be able to do any cutting or not. Kelly said when she's hauling that load in that, it's coming down like a flood between the shop and then right before you get to Windy City. So, I don't know. It looks like the sun's shining there. Maybe they just got just a little sprinkle. It was right there on the edge, and we can keep on cutting for a little while anyway. I don't have any big plans on getting a whole lot done, but if I can get like my variety trials, if I can get those laid off, that way when it does dry back up, I can already be scheduled and go ahead and get those knocked out of the way. It'd be nice. Well, we might get our truckload cut up here, although it's starting to get damp, but surprising thing, we got some pretty good yields up here. For the most part, they've been in the 80s. I've been pleasantly surprised. Considering what this week's been through, it's some pretty dang good looking wheat. This farm right here might be the highlight of our year. I'm trying to cut that wheat just as high as I can, because you see all that wheat that was on the last pass, it's even got wetter. But see how it's all lying on top the straw and stuff? It's gotten damp, so I'm trying to cut the wheat as high as I can, so I'm running less volume of material through the combine, and there's less material that the seed has to find its way through as it's getting spun out of the rotor. Try and keep my losses down. I was hoping that good old wind that we had blowing all day today, it was probably blowing 20 miles an hour most of the day. I was hoping it would continue on after dark and let us keep on cutting, but I'm afraid that's not going to happen. Checking radar, here's the storms over here in Arkansas starting to build. It's going to be hitting us early tomorrow morning. Right now, NOAA's saying we got like a 70% chance, and they're saying between 3/4 and 1 inch possible. So we've gotten to the point, heck, I don't even know how much more rain's gonna hurt the wheat. It sure ain't gonna help it, but by the time we get this truckload cut, we will have done about 45 acres today. I was hoping to get 29 acres done today, and wound up getting 45 done. So I do think after the rain tonight moves through, according to NOAA, we're going to have a really good stretch. It's supposed to get like hot. Highs between 94 and 97 degrees, and we need it. We need it badly. I think this weekend and all next week is looking hot and dry, and we're going to need it, because we got to get the rest of this wheat cut. We got to get our beans planted as soon as possible, because we're losing yield on them every day that we're delaying planting them. And then not only that, we got all of our other crops that we haven't been able to do anything to for the last couple weeks. We got cotton that's going to need to be sprayed. We probably need to make another trip across the soybeans with a herbicide, because we've had so much rain. The residuals we put down, they've pretty much been flushed out. We're gonna have a flush of weeds come up. I mean, our corn's done until fungicide, but we definitely gonna have to do some maintenance, especially on our cotton. We got a lot of grass and stuff starting to pop up around the edges on the inrows and stuff. The main part of the field is still relatively clean. We got some stuff breaking through here and there, but the inrows are going to be getting pretty woolly pretty quick with grass. Of course, the pre-emerge we put out at planting, I mean, it's done played out. It's not, you know, it's not holding anything back right now. But I tell you what, every time I drove down the road and drove by our cornfields, it's put a smile on my face. I mean, we got some of the most beautiful corn we've had in a long time. Of course, all this rain, that's what corn likes. And it wouldn't surprise me. I imagine by the end of next week, we're going to start seeing some tassels out there. And it's got enough moisture, should not be a problem with pollination, even if the temperatures are going to be a little above ideal. But we need those high temperatures for the cotton crop, because with all this rain here in June, I mean, it's already put a late crop even farther behind. It's done a lot of days just sitting there, and we need it to grow. We need to accumulate some DD60s and let that cotton play a little catch up. Well, we got our truckload cut, and it's gotten pretty damp out there, so supposed to get 3/4 of an inch to an inch tonight. So we're only 4 miles from home, so I'm gonna drop the header, carry my combine in, and get it under a shed. It hadn't hardly gotten wet this whole harvest, and getting this close to the end, not going to start now. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. I don't have high hopes, but thinking it might be sometime around noon on Friday before we're able to get back going again.
So this is load number 3. I get over here and get set up. You can barely see because we really need to do something about these lights. I'm gonna turn on my awesome fan. We are going to fire it up. I left my mask over here. Matt and Carter went to go get. Oh, are you serious? Oh my goodness! Pop right out. Look at that. Can you just stay? Can you just not fall apart, please? Oh. All right, well. Little duct tape, we'll be right back to new. We are supposed to get more rain tonight, but from what I can tell, the grain looks really good. Like there's no sprouting that I can see in this last load, and this is the first load off of Windy City Farm, and that farm has literally surprised us before, so we're gonna need a win on this. So thank you, Lord, no sprouting yet. Look at that. That's after 5 inches of rain. It's not perfect, but wow, I'll take it. Huge blessing. The Carter took Mia and she's at the house, but she hates the semi-truck. Look at her face. She absolutely hates it. You can't tell me that's not a face like, Mom, I'm done. Ah, toddlers.
I have absolutely no idea how much rain we got, because we lost power to my weather station during the worst of the thunderstorms last night, but it was a lot. If I had to guess, somewhere probably around 1.5 inches, although we got very, very lucky, because just like two counties to the south, they've got like between 4 and 5 inches of rain. They got absolutely hammered. They got fields flooded. They got tasseling corn in some bottoms with water up around where the ear placement is. I mean, it's ugly down there. So we definitely got fortunate last night. I think all the rain has moved out, and the rain for the foreseeable future has moved out. So hopefully we finally got a good stretch, and I believe once that wheat dries out, probably right after lunch tomorrow, I think we'll be able to get back in the fields, finally get this wheat crop finished up. But in the meantime, we finally got something in our shop that actually fits right, something we can work on and walk around and everything else, you know, something about the size of what our shop was actually built for back in the 80s. We got our feed trailer in here. It's finally due for some new shoes, and Carter's gone the best one to get some new tires. Tell you what, it sure is handy having a kid that's got a driver's license. Let them run all the errands. So in the meantime, Dave, we're going to do a little diagnosing on this combine. For the last several days, I've noticed we've had power issues. I mean, it's cut wheat, but it's the power boost is just not rising like it should, and bogging the engine down and stuff. It really shouldn't be bogging down anyway. Thought maybe it was boost pressure, losing that, but checked everything up there. We don't have any air leaks, everything. So if it's not boost, it's probably got to be fuel related. So yesterday, got down and checked my lift fuel pump right here, and right now we got the key on. This thing should be running, and it is completely silent. So I'm thinking we got a bad pump. Either we got a bad pump or we got a power problem going to the pump, which is going to be, oh, well, that might be the problem right there. That wasn't broke yesterday. I swear, when I got down and looked yesterday, this wire was not broke. It was still attached right there. But well, this is gonna be even easier fix than what I thought. Let's fix that terminal right there. We're gonna have almost a brand new combine. Man, I like it when things turn out nice and simple and easy. All right, this beast ought to be ready to eat all that green grass and stuff coming up through the wheat now without any power loss. These terminals are permanently affixed to the pump. There's no undoing the terminals. I was able to fit a butt connector onto the stud of the old terminal, crimp it down good, and see how long it lasts. Apparently, Case IH intends for you to buy an entire fuel pump whenever wire breaks on it. They ain't getting no money from me on this part, though.
All right, lights. So today's looks a little different. Today I went to Best One, got the new tires for the trailer, brand new. Got those put on. These are a really bad design. You have to put them on, and then you have to, it's like a bolt basically. I mean, the stud is basically a bolt, and it's not like, they're not coming at you so you can put it on there and then put the lug nut on. You have to put the tire and like hold. It's just bull crap. I think that's a bad design right there. But today, what I'm doing is put new brake pads on the old girl, and I think I need to put a new bulb in there for one of my tail lights. But doing some maintenance on her. We got to get an oil change on her also, and then we're gonna haul off some scrap later to scrap place. Got that and that. And may wash up on this a little bit. Oh, they're on the other side. Oh! Get these. These are the brake pads I'll be using. Silent Guard. Napa. Other than that, we're gonna get an oil change, brake pads, got the tires on. Then after that, we're gonna load up some scrap metal, haul it off, and we're gonna call it a day.